Hello and welcome to another Bushwhacker review. Today we are going to be taking a look at the NASCAR Authentics Wave 8 for 2020. It's been a while since I've done an Authentics review, but I've been getting begged practically to do Authentics reviews. The main reason I haven't done them is because if I'm going to do a review on a wave, I want the full wave. I'm not doing the ones where it's like, oh, well, I only got half the wave because the other half was repeats. And no, I will review the entire wave, even if the repeats or whatever. And it's been pretty hard to even find any full waves lately. Pretty much all this year. Like, half the time you go to a Walmart or a Target, they either have piles of scraps of older waves or they have absolutely nothing. Like, the pegs are just bare. And it's just been, annoying as hell to even find a full wave. And I finally found one, so I can finally do a review. This is honestly probably one of the best waves of the year also, so that is kind of useful that I was able to find this wave. As you can see on the back of the Logano car, here's the full wave. The Logano car is the liquid color chase piece as well. Decided to keep this one sealed for now. I feel like also pointing out that this is definitely weird is that, as you can see, the hood piece is not the car. The car is the primary scallop car. The box is the primary scallop car. The hood is the Las Vegas Pennzoil 400 paint scheme, down to the white outline numbers. So I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Were they trying to use the Las Vegas car and they couldn't for some reason, or is the people who picked the cars and the trinkets separate at Lionel? Somebody's like, oh yeah, we're doing Logano's Pennzoil car, so then he did the Pennzoil car thinking it was the Pennzoil car, not the Shell Pennzoil car. I don't know, but that's definitely worth pointing out. But anyways, let's get down to the rest of the cars. First up, we have Denny Hamlin's Federal Express Darlington Throwback. One of the coolest faux-backs this year. I mean, if you really want to call this a faux-back, it's based on the old look of the FedEx planes back in the day in the vans. So I guess in a way it is a real throwback. But I've been wanting a Federal Express throwback for years. I've always hated that. For a long time, the throwback race was a sports clip race because I was like, I really just want this as a faux back one year. There's something cool about the old purple with the orange and the white and everything. Looks pretty nice. It was cool they finally ran one. Denny Hamlin, did better in Diecast this year than most years ever. As you know, Denny Hamlin is the DNP king. This year he's even getting 3 or 4 different raced versions somehow. Not really sure what happened. Maybe they really thought he was going to win the championship this year, which... why would you ever think that, Lionel? But this car is getting made in 124 scale. I very well might pick up the 124 of this car because it does look very cool. This does have the playoff stuff. It does have the silver splitter as well as the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs and round of 16 logos. No windshield banners because for some reason they still kept those off of the Authentics even though they have added them back to the Gold Series. Also got those nice tires. I don't think they really added the thin blue liner on the edge of the 164 tires. It's kind of hard to tell though. I don't think there's blue lines on any of these, but it does have the old text. Hopefully they get that right on all the 124s because the tires this year are pretty cool. I'm kind of glad they finally did decide to change the tires again for the throwback race. Now the throwback race is going to be the May race because it sounds like basically just because sponsors and stuff did not want to run throwbacks for the first playoff race, they wanted to run their primary looks. So maybe that's why a few different teams didn't run throwbacks last year. Hopefully this year it'll be different. So that is definitely a good choice of diecast. Next up, we've got Alex Bowman's Chevy Goods NOCO Memorial Day Coca-Cola 600 paint scheme. If I'm not mistaken, this car was a complete DNP in 124 and 164 scale. So that makes this definitely going to be a popular release. Everyone likes the DNP cars. Much like the Byron that did get released in 124 scale, though, they forgot the patriotic tires. They forgot the Salutes logo. This one obviously wouldn't have the soldier banner anyways, but they forgot all that stuff on the William Byron 124 too, and I guess they forgot it on this one. How do you not know to put the Salutes tires on the patriotic cars by now? That's not something they usually forget. It's it's like the throwbacks. Pretty much all of the throwbacks have come out with the throwback tires. They've barely been any cars that have just come out with regular tires. But definitely an interesting paint scheme. It's never really my cup of tea. Just a little bit too messy, way too many lines and different shades of blue and colors and stuff. Was not really a huge fan of this patriotic paint scheme, but definitely not a bad paint scheme. Just has a few too many colors. Like you see, like even the stars back there, you got like 3 different shades of blue, plus the blue of the base of the car, plus all these different blues. Just not exactly a fan. It looks Bowman didn't really get many Chevy Goods diecast this year. I think he got like 1 of the primaries made. And then this one got DNP'd, even though it was a special paint scheme. I believe his throwback was a Chevy Goods car too, so that's another one that got made as Jimmie Johnson throwback. Not a bad choice. Always good to get DNP stuff. Next up, we've got Jeff Gordon's Exalta Rainbow Throwback from the iRacing North Wilkesboro event. This is like, what, the 3rd iRacing diecast we got in Authentics? They're making 2 of his cars this year in 124 scale, both this and his Pepsi car from Talladega. I'm sure those 124s will be very popular and probably get rare, because I can't imagine they're making too many of them. People's chance to get an actual Exalta Chevy Camaro that's not, you know, just a fake fantasy car. Like, he did race this. I mean, virtually, but he did race this. Does look very, very nice. Has the metallic blue, has the neon day glow yellow and reds. Perfect. I mean, the downside of this is that on the real car, too, it's very logoless. Like, you know, all this empty space at the bottom does make it look a little bit off. All the different logos that used to be on these cars. But it's definitely cool that Exalta still did want to hop back into him to do an iRacing event. I'm sure we're going to get William Byron's new 2021 car in Authentics next year. Well, this year now. We just haven't gotten to Wave 1 of 2021 yet. This is the newest wave that's come out so far. But definitely not a bad choice. I'm sure that'll be a popular car. I think there's 2 of those in each case, too. Next up, we've got Jimmie Johnson's Rally White Ally car. He raced this the second half of the season to replace the black version of the paint scheme. Basically the exact same design, just black instead of white, if for some reason you don't know that already. This is definitely a very popular one. Big old chip on the edge of the spoiler there. Looks like Lionel must have dropped this in the factory. That's always good. Another chip right there, another chip right there. Lionel's quality has not gotten any better for Authentics. Not that that's a surprise to anyone. This car's pretty bad. You see the things at the edge of the side skirt. There's white on the edge of the splitter. I'm sure they're going to release every one of Johnson's cars in Authentics this year. I would at least imagine. I don't know. Definitely going to get his silver car. Although we never did get his Lowe's, like his final Lowe's ride in Authentics. I think we had a 187 scale and a hauler, but I don't think we ever got a 164 unless I'm forgetting something, which is very odd. But I'm sure we're going to get his throwback. I'm sure we're going to get his silver final ride and all that. Definitely a good choice. Next up, we've got one of 2 ThorSport trucks. Back at Daytona this year, all 4 of the ThorSport trucks ran silver versions of their paint schemes for ThorSport's 25th anniversary. They offered them all in 124 scale, and every single one of them DNP'd except for Grant Enfinger's Daytona win. That was a damn shame. I really kind of wanted the Menards Crafted one as a 124 scale. They're all basically the same base design. The back of the side has the color of whatever the sponsor is. The front half is metallic silver. Lionel did a great job on the metallic silver. I do like how these randomly have like a Hendrick-style A-post thing for no reason. Like, there's absolutely no reason for these to have the ace post stripes, but yet they do. Also, all the ThorSport trucks have the weird Menards yellow, like, corners. It was just announced today that ThorSport is leaving Ford next year and probably going to Toyota. That's a shame. Matt Crafton did just win the championship a year ago with Ford. I mean, he didn't win a single race. He basically lucked into the championship, but he did win a championship, so. Johnny Sauter was really trash this year, or last year, from what this car was. I don't think, did he win a single race last year? I can't even remember. All I know is that he was like just constantly screaming on the radio all the time and was freaking out. I believe Ben Rhodes also did race this 10 to heel car. Most of these 25th anniversary paint schemes kept appearing throughout the year, but I don't, that one definitely didn't. The Menards one did not. I'm not sure if the Carolina Nut one did. Grant Enfinger's did. This one did. There was like a couple other ones they did, but they did make a hauler for all these 25th anniversary cars, so hopefully that means we're going to get all 4 of the trucks. That'd be kind of a disappointing if they only give us like 2 out of 4, but hopefully we'll get the rest of them. Next up, we got Matt Crafton's Menards version. Said I wanted the 124 of this one because this one just looks really cool with the bright neon Menards yellow mixed with the metallic silver. Makes for a very nice combination. Got mold armor on the hood of this one. Always good to get trucks in any form, although pretty much the only trucks we ever get is either the Nice trucks or these, ThorSport. Haven't really gotten past that in Authentics, I don't think. We've never even gotten like a KBM truck in Authentics, have we? It's kind of odd. Nice is getting a lot of diecast this year, pretty much entirely because of Plan B sales, because Plan B ran so many different Nice trucks this year, and being Plan B sales, they're going to get every single one of them made. So you definitely have a pretty big Nice collection this year if you're into that. Next up, we've got Noah Gregson's Bass Pro Shops Black Rifle Coffee Daytona raced version. A very, very nice paint scheme. I have the 124 of this car. I'm pretty sure I've reviewed it. Just a beautiful, beautiful paint scheme. I like the bright metallic silver with the neon orange and yellow with the, black camo. Just looks fantastic. Really glad this paint scheme is staying for 2021. Definitely one of my favorite paint schemes currently in the field. I did like definitely, earlier in the year it had a silver side skirt to match the car. Later in the year it had a black side skirt, which if you've been watching my channel long enough, you know I absolutely hate the black side skirts on colored cars because they just look so out of place and cheap. But definitely a cool car. No, Gregson had a lot of good paint schemes this year between this one, the Lionel racing car, the Plan B sales car he also won with. Be interesting to see what Noah Gregson can do this year now with Junior Motorsports now that he's finally starting to win races. He can probably contend for a championship, I would imagine. He's also doing the Daytona 500 for that Beard Oil 62 Brendan Gaughan car. Have to see what he's able to do with that one as I drop the car. And last but not least for this wave, we've got Austin Dillon's Bass Pro Shops Tracker Boats. This is the clean version of the diecast, but this is the paint scheme that he won Texas with this year when RCR kind of stole Texas away. I always did enjoy how at Kansas when Logano beat Harvick, suddenly everyone was up in arms about the evil package, but when Austin Dillon and Tyler Reddick cheated the package enough to win a race, nobody cared. Like, I know you people want to hate Logano for everything, but it's kind of funny how people cared less about the package when a small, well, not a small team, but just like definitely like a B or C level team was able to steal a win based on the package alone, because Logano and Truex and I forget who else could not pass them to save their lives. But anyways, it's definitely kind of interesting to get this paint scheme in Victory Lane as they, inch closer and closer to a Dale car. This is the closest they've gotten so far. This is definitely a black number 3. But no, it's orange instead of red, and they also did this really stupid-looking number cutout. Some people like this number cutout. I absolutely despise that number cutout. RCR is also bringing back the Hendrick A-post bullshit for some reason. I don't know why. Even Hendrick stopped that, so why in the hell are you doing it, RCR? Wow. That's a good little decaler there, Lionel. Big old chip on the back. Austin Dillon's raced this multiple times this year, the first time being the Daytona 500. Definitely a really cool-looking car, minus a few things. And like I said earlier, here's Logano. I decided not to open this one, so wasn't able to take this one out of packaging. As you can see, there's a big old chip, 2 big old chips on the spoiler. There's enough evidence, because some people constantly say when people show off flaws of the diecast, like, oh, you did that, you must have dropped it. Like, no, in the package, they're pretty beat up half the time. That does not look good at all. Why, are they just, like, throwing these cars at each other? Or does it, like, come off the assembly line and they chuck it to another guy to throw it in the package? Like, what is going on at Lionel's? See, you got a big white spot right there. You got a chip on the A-post. Like I said, it is cool to get Legato scalp car. I'll take it every year they give it. But like I said, it is definitely very strange that the hood is the Pennzoil car, because it seems like that was what they were going for. But this is the one car that I'm sure people are skipping out of the wave, but I'm definitely glad to have it. Hopefully I can find the liquid color at some point. Probably going to have to buy the liquid color just to have it in the collection. But I've only ever found 2 of the liquid color releases ever. I found the original Dale Jr. Hellman's one, and then I found that Eric Amarola, Tony Stewart Darlington throwback one, randomly. It was on the front of the pegs at a Walmart as I walked down the aisle, as this person is literally, like, digging through the pegs, and I was like, crap, I missed it. And then this dude just, like, took 2 other die-casts and just left the liquid color sitting there and left. I was like, oh, nice. It was the weirdest thing. I was like, crap, I missed it, and this guy just ignored it for, like, I think a Danica Patrick car or a Dale Jr. car or something. I was like, wow, you do not know what you just missed out on. Luckily, the value of those has gone down a little bit, because when they first came out, they were all going for like $70, $80 a piece, and it's like, no. You can buy one 24 liquid color for that price, but a lot of them you can get for like $20, $30 if there's really one specific one you really want. I mean, a few of them that are like special cars or really popular cars are probably going to stay rare, but like stuff like the Eric Amarola is not. If you want this wave, it is in stores right now. You can go find it at your local Walmart's, Lionel's store, wherever you get Diecast. Said their stores are finally starting to stock again after being empty for so long, so that's nice. This wave actually got leaked because it came out to stores before Lionel actually revealed it themselves, which is funny as hell. But so if you want that, good luck hunting. Hope you can find it. But I think in trans all there is to say, this has been a review of NASCAR Authentics Wave 8 for 2020. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.